I'm back with part 2 of the grandma lamp. I decided to get rid of my idea of these metal things since they wouldn't solder to the bulb. It just wasn't going to happen. What I decided that I would do, because even if I got this right and they somehow held, the bulb is probably just going to be dangling there, barely held, because it has these metal clips that go on either side of the glass here, and that, you know, it just, something said to me that it's going to fall out. So what I did was I just took some, I guess, bodge wire you could call it, and I just sort of wire wrapped the posts there. Now what I'm going to do ultimately is I'll strip the ends of this and solder them onto this, since this wire fits the socket hopefully decently enough, and we'll go ahead and do that. I wanted to try soldering this one more time. I got some more information on this, and basically people said, yeah, you're pretty much not going to solder to that. Scrape it up with some steel wool or a razor blade or something. So I did that, and then I wire wrapped it with that. And after it's all connected, the idea is the bulb will sit on the metal grate that it has, and it'll just sit on that. And I'm not really concerned about the wires burning up, because A, there is a fan in there that runs, which actually provides a little bit of air, so it's actually kind of nice. And I did take the opportunity while I had it apart to oil that, but I was able to mount that back up in the ceiling. Today, instead of using my regular Weller 20 watt or 25 watt soldering iron that I normally do, I forgot I had this. It's old and beat up. This is a Weller 100 or 140 watt soldering gun. It's cracked on top. Years ago when I got this, either somebody threw it out or it was at a garage sale or something. It's cracked up here, so I put tape on it and it's been fine. It works. You can see the label on there, and on the other side there's some more information if you want to read that. And it does heat up. I haven't used this in well over 5 years. The light comes on, it hums a little bit. And soldering guns are a lot more powerful, and you can see heat up a lot faster than a regular iron would. It's just eating that solder alive. So we'll see if the extra heat does anything here. Something tells me it's not really going to help, and I may break the bulb. And it may not actually even be transferring enough heat. There we go. Just going to put a shit ton of solder on there, and we'll see. That should be safe there. It looks like it burned the wire up and didn't really transfer any solder. This wire is still loose. This one actually seems that it's soldered. It seems like it actually held. It's not pulling off, so maybe that was it. This one I'll just sort of put like that, and we'll go ahead and try that out. So there's a shit ton of solder on that one. And, well, I think I'll touch up the other one. Oh yeah, that's on there. That is definitely on there. Well, this may actually work. That's cool. Okay, let me touch up this one again. I generally don't like to use this gun because it's just too much. It's too much heat for the stuff I do. Let's see if we can just kind of get some solder looking stuff on the outside of it. This isn't that lead-free stuff. This is the real deal, so yeah. Well, it still looks kind of dirty, but it's there, and the wire is certainly attached. If this does, for some reason, end up overheating because of the bulb, and the wire burns off, and happens to short, it's a PC power supply, so it's just going to shut itself down. I'm not really concerned about it. And these wires should be long enough for it to stay on the metal grate thing. Let me get that and another thing to help me solder the other parts here, and I'll show you. What I have now is the metal thing that I made up before, and I stripped the end of the wire and attached it, and now we'll go ahead and solder that. These are my little helping hands things. They've appeared in other videos, so nothing really special, although when I pulled it out of the box, one of the alligator clips was gone, and it so seems the little thumb screw there had loosened up, and that's what the problem was. So we'll just come in here and tack this in place. I don't know why the light on this thing flickers, but it does. That is certainly soldered. And now this one, fortunately, I'm left with, I don't know if you can see, just that little hole that I can put the wire through and sort of fold it over, wrap it around kind of deal. Put it right in here. There we are. And we'll go ahead and solder that. Let's try it this way. Oh yeah. Now the trick, of course, is going to be to get these connectors in the socket, and I'm just going to do that off camera because that's going to be a royal pain. So anyway, let me just show you where it is now, mounted back up. Oh, here it is. It's back and it's mounted, and it's actually more solid than it used to be. Same screws, same everything. It actually went in a lot easier than I thought it would. And really, the best tool I had to get it this side, which was really, had these cross members in the way, was that really, really long Harbor Freight screwdriver that I bought that everybody says, what the hell do you need a screwdriver that long for? No, you need a long screwdriver, believe me. So there's the socket, and I'm going to go ahead and somehow stick the pins in there and keep it balanced or something and somehow get this to work. I haven't figured out quite how yet. And once I do that, here's the metal thing, and the bulb is just going to sit right on top of it. Let me see if I can get that in. And before I cut, it's just temp wired. This was the 12-volt supply that's down back over there that I got up here. I have all the wires to reconnect to it that I just took out temporarily to see if I can make it work. So all the rewiring I did inside of it is correct. The fan runs, and I have it in the right polarity. If I had it backwards, the light would go on, but no fan. So let me see if I can get this bulb in there now. Okay, it's back in and it's sitting where I said, but unfortunately centering it, I thought I would just put a little pokey stick in there and move it. It doesn't want to budge, so I guess it's not going to work exactly as I thought, but it's not centered, but maybe it'll work. And let's go ahead and flip the switch. Oh yeah. Now, I don't know what the camera shows. It doesn't look extraordinarily red to me, but if I put my hand there, maybe you can see it is quite red. It looks rather yellow to me from here. And let me shut that. And there's the red spot. Perfect. Just like I had. I love that kind. That's awesome. Perfect. Wait, what? Red and green lasers? Yeah! Actually, of course the red is sort of failed because China, I mean there is a dot on the wall there. You can sort of see the red a little bit. But we got a new laser. Never quite made a video with this. This is some eBay seller. I think it was like 10 bucks. WTAM69 got one of these. And I said, oh, for 10 bucks? You gotta be kidding. So it's a laser projector. And it's got all sorts of controls. You can make it flash and do all sorts of silly stuff in the back, you know. Again, the green seems to work better than the red for whatever reason, but they are there. It just is. And the old ones that I had used to be mounted down over this way. Somewhere here. And they made their way down over here now. These were single red and green, or vice versa. I forget which is which. And those are on the bar lights. And now with that on, we have red and green laser stars. These seem to... This is actually as slow as they go. I like them going slow, actually, rather than fast. But for these, A, the faster looks better here for whatever reason, just because there's so many other flashing lights in that. And B, it actually won't go any slower, believe it or not. You can hear it's noisy. That's the green one. And the red one doesn't appear as noisy. But there's nothing I can do to fix it, really. It just is, and whatever, and it's there, and they go at approximately the same speed. Maybe the red is going a little faster, but you can see it right on the back of the chair there pretty good. These lasers, the separate red and green ones, I think I paid like, when this was way back, you know, nowadays we have Star Shower.
First you have to untangle them, then try to hang them, and after all that, they still don't work. There has to be a better way. Introducing Star Shower laser lights, the easiest way to decorate your entire home. Just plug it in and you'll have thousands of colorful stars everywhere. It's so simple. Place the Star Shower laser light anywhere in your yard, and your house will be transformed from dark to dazzling, or go from simple to spectacular. The secret is the state-of-the-art laser technology that projects breathtaking holographic stars onto any surface, over 600 square feet.
But now there's so many incarnations of it, you know, that we have. It goes under all different names. Even Aldi had one that I didn't buy, thank you. But there are so many incarnations that we have today of these red and green laser things, and they have the snowman and the bat and the this and the that and the Santa Claus and all the stupid shit that nobody wanted to begin with, and now they charge you more for it. Back when these first came out is when I bought them. I saw that, I was like, I have to have that. I paid like 70 bucks for one of them. The other one I was very lucky to pick up at half off for 35. So to pay $135 and then to get, for the most part, the same thing for 10, yeah, that hurt a little bit. But you know, they each have their merits in that. The red, like I said, does not show up too well here. And looks like the bulb is still burning. This is really the first test. Again, it's just temp wired. Seems okay to me. And like I said, if it shorts out, it's pretty well protected. Wires here are handling it just fine. They're plenty nice. And it just works. And if it looks like there's something missing, that's because there is. I have this unplugged for whatever reason. There we go. And now you get everything. So now there's everything. And of course, when it hears sound, then it'll go faster. You just tap on it like that. And it seems everything is pretty much working. That bulb doesn't have long to live. It's still on though. Weird. It gets brighter and dimmer. This thing has been on its last legs forever. That actually is running off the same 12 volts as this thing, and it no longer has an on-off switch because that was part of the power cord. But that is going to complete this portion of the grandma lamp. This will be the final part of it, and I don't know if I'm going to do that today or not. But I'm glad that everything else is working now. One other thing I wanted to mention was I originally wanted this pointing to the bar. I don't know if it'll turn. Oh yeah, I guess so. And we'll turn it over, well, sort of like that, just so you get the idea. It's too busy. It's really too busy at the bar. There's too much going on. I don't have all the lights on here, but just to give you the idea, it's too much going on. And the other problem is it's not in an ideal spot. And there is no ideal spot, I guess due to the way the basement is constructed or something. Because there's this beam here. And obviously, as you see, this is mounted back here. And even with it just how it is, you see how it hits the ceiling here. So all that is cut off, and it doesn't go up any higher on the bar, so that's not going to work. Plus this thing is in the way, so that's not going to work. So I thought about putting it here and having it shine sort of angled onto it, but the problem was no matter where I put it, here was the problem. And actually where it is, it's not too bad, but you see it right just about in the middle of the screen, that flashy green thing. Yeah. The problem is, if I were to bend down a little, oh yeah, it's blinding. So it's just at the right height, but the coverage doesn't work. It's like the effect is wasted. So that's not going to happen at the bar. The problem is the laser is just too blinding. Again, like I said, if I go down, now you can see it in the camera, of course. Seeing this in real life is a totally different ball game. So anyway, that was it. This isn't happening for the bar, but that's alright because it's busy enough as it is. Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and stay tuned for part 3, the other grandma lamp. Take care.